Good morning, my amazing fourth graders. I hope you all are having a fantastic day, and I hope you're super excited about our interactive read aloud this morning. All right, without further ado, let's get started. All right, America is her name. We started reading this a couple of days ago. Can anyone tell me what the story is about with a raise of a hand? Yes, yep. So America's Our Name is about an immigrant. Her name is America, and she immigrated here from Mexico with her family, and now she's living in Chicago. All right, boys and girls, so today we're going to be looking at a couple more excerpts from this text, and I want you guys to focus on central ideas and main ideas from the text, and I want you to realize not everyone is living an easy life. And to figure this out, I want you to put yourself into America's shoes. Consider how she would feel in these certain situations, all right? And then before we start today, I want to go over some vocab. So we're just kind of talking about it, but what is an immigrant? Can I get a raise of a hand? Yes, so it's a person that comes to live permanently in a foreign or different country. And then kind of going off of that, so what is an illegal immigrant? If someone knows, can you please raise your hand? Yes, so it's the resident of a person without the legal right to live in a country, so they technically should not be there. All right. And then a wetback. What is a wetback? I don't think any of you would know. No answers? All right, so a wetback is not a good thing. It is an insult. So it's a name people call undocumented immigrants or illegal immigrants, all right? So we do not ever call anyone a wetback, all right? All right, boys and girls, so today, before we start, I want to go over some rules. So if you have a question, please raise your hand, or you can keep it for the end of our discussion. And then we're going to be doing a whole bunch of turn and talks. So when you're talking with your neighbor, I want you to be respectful and take turns sharing your ideas and be respectful of each other's ideas, all right? Without further ado, let's get into the text, shall we? All right. America sits at the back of the classroom and says nothing. America used to talk all the time. In her village, she greeted the animals in Spanish, mixed with a few Mixteco words. She sang to the morning. She recited the many poems taught to her since she was a baby. She had a voice, strong, open, and free. Somehow in Chicago, she had lost this voice. She thinks hard about her faraway home that is beginning to fade from her memory. All right, boys and girls, I want you to turn and talk to a neighbor, and I want you to think about, why do you think America lost her voice? Why do you think she feels this way? Turn and talk to a neighbor. All right, yeah, I heard some really good discussions. Awesome job for fourth graders. All right, yesterday, as she passed Miss Gable and Miss Williams in the hallway, she heard Miss Gable whisper, "She's an illegal." How can that be? How can anyone be illegal? She is Mixteco, an ancient tribe that was here before Spanish, before the blue-eyed, even before this government that now calls her illegal. How can a girl called America not belong in America? All right, boys and girls, how do you think this made America feel? She heard her teacher talking like this. That's not right, is it? No, never okay. So how do you think she feels? So put yourself in her situation. How would you feel? How do you think America would feel? Turn and talk with a neighbor, all right? All right. Can I get a raise of a hand? Let's see. How does America feel? Yeah, America, that would make her super upset, wouldn't it? It would make you feel like you don't belong, right? Right. All right, let's continue on. But today, something in school is different. Miss Gable introduces Mr. Aponte, a Puerto Rican poet who is visiting. Miss Gable tells him that they are a difficult class. Mr. Aponte looks at everyone and then says in Spanish, "Who likes poetry?" Many hands started up. "Who wants to recite poetry?" he asks. America quickly raises her hand. Mr. Aponte asks her to stand and recite a poem. America closes her eyes and rocks with the rhythms of the Spanish words she recites. When she finishes, the class explodes in applause. Mr. Aponte is pleased. Miss Gable is frowning. Why do you think Miss Gable is frowning? Why? Let's turn and talk to a neighbor. Why do you think Miss Gable is frowning? Especially because the rest of the class is applauding her and Mr. Aponte is super happy for her. Why do you think Miss Gable is frowning? Turn and talk with a neighbor. All right, I heard some good discussions. I heard some of you relating it back to our previous page, how Miss Gable was not saying some nice words about America. Correct. Yes, good job, fourth graders. All right. There's poetry in everyone, Mr. Aponte tells the class. When you use words to share feelings with somebody, you are a poet, and poets belong to the whole world. Never forget this. He tells them about the great Spanish language poets. Then he asks the whole class to write about their lives, their memories, and their feelings. Some of the children can't write very well. Mr. Aponte tells them this is okay. Don't worry about spelling or grammar. This will come later. Write in Spanish or English, whichever feels comfortable. America starts writing. She has so much to write about. She thinks she won't be able to stop. So what do you think America's writing about? She has so much to write about. What are some ideas? What do you think America could be writing about? Turn and talk with a neighbor. All right, yes, I heard some great discussions. Amazing job, fourth graders. When America gets home, she hears her dad yelling. He's been laid off from the factory. Her family gathers around the wooden table in the small kitchen. Her mother tells her father angrily, I was called a wetback today at the market. No matter what we do, we don't belong. Her uncle comes into the room. Never say you don't belong, he says. We belong anywhere, everywhere. Once you believe you don't belong, you'll be homeless forever. Maybe we'll go back to Mexico. Maybe we won't. But for now, this is our home. All right, boys and girls. So that's all that we're going to read today. So now I want you guys to take out your writer's notebooks, and I have a prompt for you guys to write about. All right, everyone's got their notebooks, perfect. So I want you to write about a time you felt like you didn't belong. All right, and then you can also write about main ideas that you found within our readings today. And I'll give you guys about 5 minutes to do this, and then we'll come back together. All right, welcome back, boys and girls. Does anyone have any questions from our discussion today? All right, perfect, awesome. Well, great job today, fourth graders. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll be looking at more excerpts from this text the next time we meet. All right, thank you guys.